Hello, I'm Shotaro Asano. Thank you for listening to this podcast. This channel is a talk room where I share real, unfiltered conversations about career and learnings, primarily through conversations with guests I really want to talk to. So today's guest is Onshu Mizutani. Yay! Onshu
Eh,
is my classmate at Shizenkan, and his nickname is On. So I'll be calling him On today. So On, thank you for joining.
Yeah, I really appreciate this opportunity because yeah, it really looks fun, and I'm a little
It
kind
is.
of shy. So yeah, just
You're shy? Okay, yeah,
yeah.
you can say so. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your time, and I'm sure it's going to be a fun time recording today. So I think you just came back from India trip
Yes, I have. I have come back to Japan around the 2 days ago on
two
Saturday.
days ago. Okay. Do you have like jet lag? It's three hours, 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
Or
3.5 hours, but I don't feel jet lag
mm-hmm.
anyway because I have been to many countries before, and probably I'm stupid, so I don't feel it probably.
I see. How was the trip? What was the most impressive part of the trip that you saw or you experienced last week?
Well, the trip was totally amazing because even though I had a little culture shock there,
Mm,
the entire experience was quite precious and yeah, just priceless.
mm,
Because India is a really different from Japan, but at the same time, there were some kind of things in common in
mm-hmm.
terms of the respect to someone else, respect to the other cultures, and the kindness to everyone.
Mm,
That
mm,
was the things in common that I felt.
I see.
And the most impressing thing for me was the yeah, so I went to temple,
Temple.
which could be one of the World Heritage sites there. And then in that temple, so there were lot of the kind of priests. I don't know how to say it correctly, but people believe in the Sikh um
Sikh, yes. Oh,
religion. So it's a kind of mixed culture or a mixed religion of the Hindu and
mm,
also Islam.
mm.
So
Interesting.
because the Mughal Empire used to just colonize India around the 16th century, and at that time the Hindi and the Islam were just a little mixed there. So that's
Mm.
how another type of mixed religion was established. And there, so every day, so every lunchtime, so the curry and rice would be provided to
Mm.
wiggle no matter who they are. So let's say kind of even though kind of international tourists can join it, and also let's say kind of
Oh, I see. So the temple always every day preparing lunch for any visitors that come into the temple.
yeah, and the
Oh,
amount is the up to like 10,000 people every lunch.
10,000 people for
Yeah.
lunch. 10,000. 10,000. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 10,000. And also it is managed
Wow.
by only
Mm.
donation.
Mm.
So that was really surprising to me because the India has sort of the hierarchy kind of culture, right?
Mm.
In
Yeah.
the past. But this temple doesn't care about this
Mm.
hierarchy at all. So if you're, in a really poor situation, you can just join it. So this
Mm.
kind of, fairness for anyone. So
I see.
that was really quite impressive to me.
So it serves as like a safety net for the society, like poor people, serving 10,000 lunch every day.
Yeah, every
Wow,
lunchtime.
that wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. The temple, I assume the temple was a really huge building, or is it including outside, like garden type of place as well?
Yeah, so it's quite large, I think.
Large.
And
Okay.
the yeah, because so they're the kind of main part, of the spaces, and
Mm,
outside they're like a no like a lake,
mm,
but
mm,
there's some kind of wall just accumulated water outside, and it means kind of, yeah, sanctuary thing. So
Hmm.
it's only, how do I say, a little lake,
Hmm. I see.
and yeah, it looks like a pool, but
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
it's really nice and a little large, I think.
Hmm. Interesting. Wow. Was it your first time visiting India?
Actually, the first time, but I have visited India just for layover on the way
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
going to Nepal.
I see. I see. Also, you've been to Nepal, but not
Yeah,
India. I
two
see.
times before.
Wow. The first time I visited India, I felt the total chaos, and I was very overwhelmed by the people's energy. And yeah, amazing experience that I had there. Yeah, and also how was the air pollution? In I think it was near New Delhi, Gurgaon, I think.
Yeah, I was in New Delhi,
Hmm.
and honestly, the pollution was totally dead.
It
Totally,
was bad.
yeah, it was terrible, I
Oh,
guess.
I see. I see.
Because so one of my friends just showed me
Hmm.
some sort of criteria of, how polluted, the
Hmm. Hmm.
cities are, and they're comparing, like, let's say Kyoto
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
the New Delhi, and
Hmm.
New Delhi was much higher than Kyoto, and then if the number was the higher than the, let's say, 300,
Hmm.
um it it, it would be worse, and
Hmm. Hmm.
then New Delhi was around 300.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it was
I see.
one of the worst scenarios at the time,
I see.
but
I see.
it was okay. I didn't have any sickness.
Hmm. 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 Well, we talked about the air pollution of India megacity with the previous episode with Arwa.
Yeah.
So yeah, I asked that question. Yeah.
So
So
how,
yes, please.
like, so for what did you go to the India before?
Oh, before. Okay. So that was. Thank you for asking. That was more than 10 years ago when
Oh,
I was still working as an employee of Recruit Holdings.
yeah.
And at the time, I was like a business development, international business development uh,
Mm,
person. And my role was to find out in India local venture capital firm that can work with Recruit.
mm,
And so I visited several venture capital firms locally operated in like New Delhi and also Mumbai. And yeah, that was I think 2002, I think. And the other time was when I was sourcing for a potential deal with acquisition deal
mm,
of the local Indian like real estate portal information portal players there. So I think I went to Gurgaon then,
oh,
and it was more than 10 years ago, and still a lot of construction was going on, and still not very much buildings were there. So it should have changed a lot.
I see. That's quite interesting because I'm not really sure about, the India in the past. So
Hmm. Well, it was already super energetic 10 years ago.
okay.
And business people in India, everyone I met was super confident with their business. And once the meeting starts, everybody never stopped talking.
Mm,
So the appointment was always like scheduled like 1 hour or like 1.5 hour, but
right.
it always ended up like 3 hours or 4 hours because I
Yeah.
couldn't stop them
Yeah. Right.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah. That happened like to us as well.
And one another thing I was very impressed was how they were good with numbers.
Okay.
Every time they see some numbers on the PowerPoint, the presentation I made about Recruit, they like see the numbers and start calculate and say, this number doesn't match. Why is that? I had to explain why. And yeah, were foods and water okay with you?
Yeah, I was totally fine with
I
it.
see.
But
Great.
in the past probably 5 years,
Hmm.
because when it comes to the Shizenkan's program, going to India, so every time the some people just got sick or had the a little problem about like stomach thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But this year it was okay for the
Okay.
first time. The last Friday is the last day for everyone,
Mm,
and
mm,
it totally depends on people's schedule. But I just came back to Japan
mm.
just on Friday.
Oh, so somebody stayed for longer.
Yeah, for a few
In
days.
a few days. I see.
And some Japanese students had a little really sick.
Ah, I see. I
Yeah,
wonder where they they went.
yeah. On right before departing
Hmm.
for Japan. That's
I
what
see.
I
I see.
heard from other
Yeah.
students.
Okay. Yeah, that happens a lot when people go to India. So especially
Yeah,
Japanese, are very used to clean water and food. So
right.
not very immune very much. Okay. So I prepared a lot of questions for you,
Okay.
and let me ask one by one. And
Yep.
to start with, I would like to know your brief background. So could you maybe touch on your background and your career? Although maybe you're very still young and might have limited amount of career years, but I still like to know what you think and how you work.
Okay. Thank you so much. So again, I'm Onshu and I'm from Nagoya originally. And I was born in 2000. So
2000.
according to
Whew.
the
Okay.
kind of information by Shizenkan, I'm the youngest.
I see. I see.
So that's why I feel a little nervous sometimes. Yeah, of course. But I really like it though.
Mm,
And then yeah, so right after my graduation, my bachelor degree, I joined Amazon Japan and then I came to the Kanto area. But
mhm,
right before then I was living in Nagoya like for 22 years.
mm,
And then at Amazon Japan, I was engaged in operational management
mm,
as a manager from the first day. I had the one team with the around more than 30 people there, and I was engaged in the human management as well. So that was what I have done at the time. But later I felt like Amazon has been doing amazing thing for like convenience society. I found out that it's all about just productivity
mm,
and
mm,
at the logistic location, so that's where I used to work.
mm, mm, mm,
So the labor condition was totally terrible and dead,
mm, mm,
in the sense that so the associates, which the kind of people who have to do a physical job, let's say packing and picking up stuff,
yeah.
or sometimes will like no human rights sometimes.
Mm, mm,
And I didn't want to do this kind of stuff, so that's why I changed the job. And I joined the Four Startups Inc. and where
mm.
I did talent acquisition there for the top tier startups in Japan. And
So
I
so Four Startup is name of a company. The
yeah,
company name is
yeah,
Four
Four
Startups.
Startups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes, and they do the recruitment job for startup.
Yeah, exactly. And I was the kind of headhunter and for the executive like recruitment.
Mm, mm,
And later, I joined the Uneri.
mm,
So Uneri Inc. The reason behind is that I really wanted to like pursue more impact driven startups because the company where I work at, like I mean the four startups, was trying to revitalize the Japanese economy
mm,
by increasing just economy and like a
mm,
GDP. So the US was probably like incentivized by rise of the Amazon, Google, big tech companies, right?
mm,
So that's why like so Japan is also, Japan has to kind of learn about it. So that's
mm,
why next Toyota or next Sony, so these
mm, mm.
companies should be created.
Yes.
And so that's why we're gonna just invest a lot of money and invest a lot of talents in just one primary startups. So that's what I
Mm,
did, but it was repetition of the past history, and I didn't think that it's feasible anymore. So that's why I wanted to change my career so that I can be engaged in the
Mm,
ecosystem building
I
for
see.
the impact economy. So
Yeah, thank you. My understanding of four startups was they grew their business very rapidly by supporting like companies like Mercari and sending a lot of software engineers, bringing from like let's say Recruit or like Rakuten or those relatively larger companies and allocate them to smaller startups. By doing that, they wanted to create the next mega like startup companies. But what you were doing is more like a business side of people or software engineer, including like engineers?
yeah, so I was more on the business side.
Business side, I see.
Yeah, so my field was the marketing, business development, the salesperson, and yeah, or corporate planning.
Hmm. I see.
Yeah, so I didn't have any kind of knowledge about the engineering at all.
Hmm. I see. I see. So because of my background, I have talked to a lot of recruiters and like headhunters in the past because I wanted to hire people, and
Mhm.
also I got offering as well, both sides. But isn't it pretty hard to do like recruiting job because you have to communicate with very mature business experts,
Mm.
and you have to talk, and you have to convince them sometimes.
Yeah, it was quite hard, and
Hmm.
it took a little time for me
Hmm.
to getting used to it.
Hmm.
Because the job experience was totally like opposite and different, because I was engaged
Yeah,
in just
from Amazon,
the
the
kind of
warehouse
logistic
to those.
management
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
the kind of sales, right?
Yes, yeah.
So that's why it was a little different, but I personally really liked about like just having conversation with many people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it was totally fine. And when I was a college student, I used to meet like many kind of executive people there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it was okay to just talk with the executive directors.
I see.
But the what I felt really difficult was that the I really had to be expert of
Mm,
startups
mm,
regardless of any markets and fields.
mm,
So let's say even though I didn't have any experience of marketing, I needed to talk with CMO, chief marketing officers
yeah. Yeah.
at a company. So I needed to act like I already knew about some stuff, and I needed to catch up all the information from the market, not only about the just kind of company itself, but I needed to the kind of capture the entire market and how the company and the market would go and would change in the future.
Mm,
So just that's why we are calling ourselves like a human capitalist, not the agent at all.
not the agent. Okay.
The
I see. Mm,
job of the human capitalist is about the trying to um, create a kind of new market for startups and
mm,
create environment where like startups can more grow by the talents.
mm,
So yeah, that's what I felt really hard because it's a for startups was a little really kind of unique experience.
mm. I see. Yeah, I can imagine. Let me dig a little bit on college days. I think you also went to university in Nagoya, Aichi Prefecture, and then exchange program. We went to United States. Is that correct?
Yeah, partially correct. So
Mm,
I so my college life just for 4 years. Then but out of 3 years I stayed in Japan, and
mm-hmm,
I just took same classes as the typical college students.
mm-hmm.
But the other 1 year I was in the US and I studied abroad as an exchange student.
Right.
So yeah, that's it.
So your experience of living in abroad is just that 1 year?
Yes, at that
I
time.
see. Okay, and you learned English there.
Basically, yes, I totally improved my English at the
Mm,
time, but when I was between 5 and 15 years old,
mm,
I was in the English clam school,
mm,
really local school. whose name is the ECC Junior. Probably it's a little
I see.
famous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, famous.
Yeah, but yeah, I was just in there, and I was a little bit able to speak a little daily conversation, but I really didn't come up with any kind of business conversations and
Mm,
business English at all. So once I went to college, I
mm,
really made a lot of efforts to master
I
it.
see. Did you always wanted to go abroad or like internationally?
At the very first time, I didn't really think about it,
Mm,
but after I after the first time that I went to the kind of went abroad, I really thought about kind of working sometimes in the future.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
the first time I went to abroad was the probably when I was the 12 years old.
mm,
So I went to Hawaii with like other students in my English school,
mm,
and just I went there, and it was the one of the kind of aha moments and
mm,
life change moment to me.
mm.
So I was quite interested in kind of international experience. So once I became the high school student, I really I was wondering if I could get a chance to go abroad.
I see. When I Google Onshu Mizutani, your name hits the search,
Okay.
and I found a lot of articles about you earning like awards, or you achieved something in college days as
Mhm.
like a notable students award, that kind of thing. And so from there, I could tell you're a very hard worker and you always have achieved something along the way. And so I'd like to know like what kind of like motivation that you, because looking back at my college days, I was really not doing anything other than
Really?
watch a lot of movies and get drunk and hang out with like friends. Other than that, I had really done nothing, which I regret sometimes. I think it seems like you always been doing something very productive and you achieved many things. So what was like the motivation behind that?
Well, I actually failed to attend the college that I really wanted to go.
Mm,
So that was the first motivation for myself.
I see.
So I wanted to go to the kind of national or city established college in Nagoya.
Mm, mm, mm,
I needed to go to the private school in Nagoya.
mm, mm,
I felt like this university is the one that I needed to go, and I really felt will disappear,
mm,
honestly.
mm,
Because I really made a lot of effort during my high school life. But like, yeah, my father told me that like, cause you're gonna be really arrogant
mm,
and you will be too proud of yourself
mm,
and showing off
mm,
yourself if you succeeded.
mm.
So that's why it was the good outcome probably for yourself.
I see.
So that's why you should just endeavor and at the at that university
Mm, mm, mm.
you should find your own experience there.
And
So
make the best out
that's
of
what
it.
that's what I was
Yeah.
told. And that was the total entire motivation to me. So I really wanted to kind of be successful
Mm,
right after my graduation. So
I see. Wow, that's great advice from your father. That's a great way to, I think, spend college days and like after graduation, anytime. That's great.
yeah.
All right. And now I'd like to ask, what made you apply to Shizenkan, or what was your motivation behind coming to Shizenkan, and especially you selected English course, and yeah, and like thoughts behind that as well.
So my motivation to come to Shizenkan is it's a little hard to answer. Because I have like so many feelings.
Yeah, you
So
can take time. Yeah, it's
well,
all right.
the first reason, yeah. So Okay. The reason is like I really wanted to like look back about look back on the history and like culture as well as the um social structure until now, and I felt that the just trying to be a millionaire or rich, that does not mean anything to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I just wanted to commit to how I can like contribute to the social change, like system
Hmm.
change. And
Hmm.
I do not have any knowledge about sociology, you know, kind of perspective. So that's why I wanted to join Shizenkan,
Hmm.
and I wanted to clarify how society works and how the philosophy, religion, culture, and the yeah, like a economic system affect like each other. And by this kind of perspective, I really wanted to like, so at this point, at this leverage point, probably I could bring a change, and then probably the circulation will be a little bit different, and that's how the society will be better. So that's what I wanted to do right before joining Shizenkan.
Hmm.
So I actually was talked by the one of the vice president at this university,
Hmm.
because my current company is really taken care of by him, and there are already connections.
Hmm. I
That's
see.
how I wanted to join.
I see. So you knew Shizenkan, you learned about Shizenkan through your current company, Unari?
Yes.
Okay. So there was a connection. I see. Interesting. And so far, it's been 4 months had passed. How do you feel about the learnings in Shizenkan?
Well, it's quite interesting and amazing to
Mm.
me because yeah, the MBA program is really different from the other school, business school in Japan.
Mm. Mm.
So this is really about like the business leaders,
Mm.
and then its focus is on the kind of, let's say, strategy, marketing, operation, entrepreneurship, and like whatever things about the business. But like in my mind, as I said, I really wanted to just clarify the social structure and how it can be possibly solved in a better way. In
Mm. Yeah.
Shizenkan, you can do it. So basically, we have been learning about the capitalism, system thinking, like kind of what the company is, and philosophical, themes.
Mm.
So that's why I felt it's quite interesting.
I see. Yeah, I totally agree. I think other MBA programs are more focused on how to improve the business or how to improve things. But here in Shizenkan, they ask us why you want to do it
All right.
and why it should be done. So yeah, I totally agree. And at the age of 25, having opportunity to think about those things and learning long-term history and context of human society is, I think, is a very great thing. So I'm 43. I probably closer to your parents than you, I think, and I still have a lot to learn.
Mm.
And yeah, it's very great program, I think. So yeah, I totally agree. Is there any like one or two things that remaining to you the past 4 months?
So you're meaning that like whether or not like there are some kind of interesting things or
Yeah.
impressive things.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Well, there's so many things that made
Or
me feel.
things that you struggled is also fine.
Yeah. So one of the most impressive things for me was the actually probably the first or maybe second classes at a time. So we are exposed to an environment where we needed to brainstorm like what has been happening between 10,000 years ago
Mm, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and
Mm,
until now, right?
I see. Yep.
And the kind of outcome was totally different from the Japanese class. So
Okay. I see.
yeah, the reason is that we have like more like diversities in terms of
Mm,
the
mm, mm,
nationalities and maybe language and also kind of cultural differences. That's why the first probably events or the first um like things that I come up with are totally different from Japanese and let's say French or Indonesians or so.
yeah, we are very diverse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Mm,
I just really felt that like diversity like really makes something interesting
mm, mm,
and also bring broader perspective at the same time,
mm.
even though sometimes it could be chaotic sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so that's why I felt that yeah, it was quite right for me to decide like English course because I
mm,
really wanted to yeah experience diversity.
I see.
What about you? Like, do you have any kind of things that you feel interesting so far?
Yeah, I had many things. But so my motivation of coming to Shizenkan was more like a reflection of my career. So
Oh,
it's been 20 years since I started working. What I had, the deepest moment I had so far, it was the company class,
mm,
which I noticed that how I perceive the concept of a company and how it should be operated and managed was very narrow minded. And I could notice that through the course context and also discussion through other classmates. So I come from internet startup background, sort of. So that experience that I had was very specific, narrow context
mm.
compared to other like the history of capitalism and history of like company that US experienced, the Europe experienced, and Japan is now experienced. Yeah, so I sort of like reframed the concept of a business and company within myself. So that's I think a very valuable moment I had already.
Wow, that's really interesting because I think it's quite like unique about you
Mm,
because you have the kind of background of the let's say IT, HR, and like sort of the kind of tech industry probably, but
yes.
like tech like really wants to the dive more deep into the this kind of tech field, right? Without any
Mm,
consideration of the liberal arts. So
mm.
that's why, just before coming to Shizenkan, probably your perspective is kind of mature enough. And that's what makes you really attractive, I think,
Oh,
as a
thank you.
business person.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I always had a interest in philosophy type of topic. I come from a sort of social science background. So yeah, but along the way, developing a career, I sort of put that aside and focused on KPIs of business and or like
Yeah.
learning, product management, things like that. So now I think I'm sort of like integrating all those, what I was interested in the past and what I can do now, and yeah, yeah. So it's a very fun time. Yeah. So I think for sure, by the time you reach 43, you have a
Mhm.
lot of cards in your hands that you can like play around with. Yeah, it's not bad to get old and gain
Yeah.
experience. Yeah,
Yeah. Because
it's very fun.
yeah, I have like so many people that I really respect in Shizenkan and also like other like situations, and they're a little kind of yeah, of course, like biologically older than me,
Mm,
but the way they like got like age, little by little are really kind of ideal like for me.
mm.
So it's not just
Oh, thank you.
about, being old, getting old,
Mm,
but at the same time, they really accumulate and pile up their experiences, knowledge, and many things. And these really express their like faces in reality.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
the way they talk, the way they smile, the way they interact with each other are totally really professional.
mm.
And I feel it from you as well. So that's
Thank
why
you.
Yeah, I,
Yes,
I really like it. I want to be like like in the future.
that's great thing. That's great thing to hear. Yeah, you made my day. Thank you. All
You too.
right. Okay. So let me go back to questions.
Yep.
Why I enjoyed the feeling. Okay. So we still have more than 1 year in Shizenkan, and is there any thing that you would like to do during your in Shizenkan, like some kind of maybe projects or the things that you're especially interested in?
Yep. So I'm interested in two things in my mind right now. So the first thing is the kind of regional revitalization.
Hmm.
So in Japan, and the
Yes.
other one is the international like development for now. So when it comes to the first one, so yeah, I really wanted to go kind of live and work at the
Hmm.
kind of urban area like in the past when I was really young,
Hmm.
because Tokyo like is really cool, right? Tokyo, New
Yeah.
York, and whatever kind of urban areas and cities. I was really obsessed with that, but once I came to the Tokyo and I felt like it's really messy, like crowded,
Very
and
crowded. Yeah.
yeah, like
Hmm.
sometimes like people feel like stressful about it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's why I sometimes like went to the kind of rural area and
Hmm.
I really saw the authentic, traditional, and like beautiful cultures there, and also
Hmm.
people.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it really touched my heart, and I really
Hmm.
wanted to like, contribute to the how sustainable I can make the local tradition and the like economy itself there.
Hmm.
So that's why I really want to contribute to the better engagement and the connections between people from the local areas and also the outside the local areas. So that's what I want to do, and actually I have several projects about it.
I see. Oh, not
Yeah.
one, but several.
Oh
You
yeah.
have several, not one.
No,
Wow.
it's not my full-time job, really,
Mm-hmm.
but it's my
I
personal project. And the other one is the about international development. So
mm,
as I said before, I have been to the Nepal just
I see.
two times, and the first time was about the educational volunteering for 2 months,
Mm, mm,
and I went to the rural area and I taught Japanese and English to
mm,
the kids whose parents are the basically farmers, which
mm.
means that their kids are actually the first generation to get educated in that area.
I see.
So that's why it's a very precious experience. And I lived in
Mm,
a real house that didn't look like the Japanese one at all.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was quite, yeah, like quite good life experience for me.
Mm, mm,
And I felt like, oh, I really want to spend the time and dedicate my life to
mm,
people who are really in need. So that's
mm,
how I want to ameliorate how the structure, like poverty, can
mm,
be,
mm.
um, yeah, realized. And yeah, that's my kind of things that I want to do for now. So
I see.
basically, it's not about my full-time job, but my personal
Mm,
project.
mm, I see. Your story reminds me of this book called Room to Read.
Mhm.
Do you know that story? I forgot the name of the book, but this guy, American guy who was an executive at Microsoft, was I think climbing Mount Everest or something, and along the way he found out that his book
Mhm.
that he brought was very precious to the local Nepal people, and
Really?
he donated like small libraries or like he made a lot of schools in
Mm.
Nepal. I think the organization's name is Room to Read,
Room.
and Room to Read. So yeah, I think it sure was a like life changing experience for you, and yeah,
Yeah.
because reading that book, I think that made me sort of like think, life other than working as like an employee of big company. So
Mm.
yeah, I remember that book. very well. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and I noticed that in your reflection paper, I read it, and you were mentioning about you're very interested in next maybe like 10, 20 years, you want to work on the inequality, solving inequality in the world, right, or in the society, I think. Is that like related to your story?
Yeah, like I just worked at Amazon Japan and then I got a certain amount of money, like a salary, and then I really was satisfied about it. But in terms of the social contribution, I have um kind of empty feeling in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I went to Nepal for 2 months right after like
Mm-hmm.
leaving Amazon.
I
And I
see.
felt like it's the meaning of my life. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I felt, and which kind of led me to more kind of the issue about social inequality. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I, yeah, definitely want to contribute for now. And that's how kind of I want to study about the, yeah, let's say kind of system thinking, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want
Yes.
to kind of clarify, like visualize like how it
Mm.
occurs in a specific area. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
would do for the next step. After the after the kind of exam maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
And also I want to do the kind of local revitalization because people sometimes in their standard living is not like as great as the people in Tokyo probably. So how I can kind of fill the gap about this kind of stuff is what I want to do.
Mm. Okay, great, great. Thank you. Let me ask some different angle questions.
Yeah.
So you and me have age difference of roughly about 18 years, I think, and that's a lot. And I'm curious to know what kind of information source that you frequently use to learn about things, or like the media that you frequently touch.
Mm.
I
Well, I don't basically kind of read newspapers or you
I
know
don't read newspaper also.
or kind of kind of subscribed like contents
Hmm,
at all.
I see.
Like I basically use Facebook
Hmm,
and the thread
hmm, hmm,
by Meta.
hmm, hmm,
So these are basically things that I often use, and because on Facebook there are many posts by
hmm, hmm,
professionals,
hmm, hmm,
and sometimes the posts are really insightful and really quite helpful for my career as
hmm,
well
hmm,
as kind of just personal life. So that's why just kind of following professionals in the field where you are really curious about,
hmm, hmm.
it will be really good experience because the older information will be really nice. And as far as the thread is the kind of understanding like what's going on in general, like in Japan.
Is Thread like X like app from Meta?
Oh yeah, right,
Ah, okay. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Thread.
Yeah,
I see.
and so in that platform, basically, there's so many posts. Like let's say kind of the deers in Nara Prefecture, like
Hmm.
let's say kind of attacked
There's in
by
our prefecture. Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people or some kind of affairs related to the kind of politics, and also like posts about cute and adorable dogs or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Basically, the information
Hmm.
sometimes gets wrong.
Yeah.
So probably sometimes the posts made by kind of AI and the content is totally telling a lie. So
Hmm.
it really kind of it should be really cared, in better way. But I think that in terms of like kind of understanding, like what happens right now, it's really kind of useful to use the thread or X because I don't use X.
Is Thread different from X? Like, I'm sure it's different, but is there a reason you're not using X, but using Thread?
Well, I think it's just connected with the Instagram and it's a little easier for me.
I see.
And I used to use the Twitter when I was probably high school student,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm.
I just felt exhausted because
Yeah.
there was kind of private account, and then
Mm-hmm.
so let's say kind of I had like kind of two accounts. One is the
Mm-hmm.
kind of public one, and the other is
Yes.
the kind of private one.
Yeah.
And on the private one, so people, only who are close
Mm.
to me,
Mm.
would use it. And I just kind of fed up with this kind of relationship and that's kind of stuff.
Online interaction
Yeah,
thing.
I
Yeah.
really disliked about it, honestly. So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't
Wow.
use it. I didn't want to see it at all.
I see. Well, in my high school days, I did not have social media.
Oh,
Yeah, not even smartphone. The garake, like the old
yeah.
style cell phone, just came out, and I had the first one when I was 高校2年生, the second grade of high school. So until then, yeah, I had nothing. Yeah, so
Uh,
I'm glad that I didn't have that at the time. Sort of, I
yeah.
can't imagine, the young people in school days exposed to X and Instagram and TikTok, and it
Yeah,
should
right.
be the massive amount of information that you have to care about.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
actually kind of feel that like many young generations, probably the current high school or junior
Mm.
high students, they're really kind of comparing each other.
Mm.
You know,
I see.
it's really sucks like, to me.
Yeah, yeah. You're always comparing yourself and somebody in
Yeah, and
many
then like,
aspects.
and then they are encouraged to
Mm.
post the kind of something ideal for themselves on
Mm.
like Instagram
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah. The best version of
yeah.
you always on the Instagram or something. Yeah, that's tiring.
And then we feel
Yeah,
really jealous about it,
yeah,
probably in their
yeah, yeah.
mind. I don't really like it because I really want to go back to the era like where when we didn't have any kind of social media at all.
Mm.
It was more healthier.
I think, yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. So this is related to what we've been discussing, but now AI came out, generative AI.
Yep.
So the more information, more including fake information as well. But so how do you see this wave of AI coming at your age? Because your career, you have decades ahead of your career, and you have
Mm,
to live with AI for sure.
right.
So how do you feel about it in the first place?
Well, so especially this year, I feel really many differences. Like
Hmm. In
when
just
I
1 year.
was just 1 year.
Hmm.
So when I worked at the four startups, I didn't, let's take an Amazon, I didn't use any sort of the AI at all.
Yeah.
And when I worked at the four startups, I try to use only a little bit.
Hmm. Hmm.
But for now, it's kind of a little kind of essential tools to do like some tasks. So that's why now it's totally one of the infrastructures that are
Hmm.
really necessary to
Hmm.
our
Hmm.
daily lives.
Hmm. Hmm.
But in my mind, like AI is not my preference at all.
Hmm.
Let's say kind of in the very past, we are dependent on the probably paper, right?
Hmm.
So the paper was our infrastructure, right?
Yes.
But later from the let's say 2000s, so our basis changed it and it it became the probably like cloud or like software, right? And right
In
now,
smartphone. Yeah.
yeah, right. And
Hmm.
right now it's a AI.
Hmm.
So what I want to say here is that the just infrastructure just is changing. And then so once everyone uses the AI, if you do not use AI, you're gonna be outdated, right?
Yeah.
This stuff is really meaningless to me, and it just accelerates the competition rather than making our productivity more effective. So it's the infra, it's just changed, and just
Hmm.
that's it.
Hmm. Mm,
So one time I just saw the article about the amount of information that we have for now.
mm.
So going back to the Heian period,
Yeah.
so it's more than like 100 or like 1,000 times for now.
Yeah, we have to
So
handle
yeah,
a
right.
hundred times more information every day, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that like we're really productive, but like
Hmm.
what we have to do is just really increasing. So yeah, that's what feel honestly.
Mm.
So that's why I don't want to use AI at all,
I see.
honestly.
I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking back at my life, so the information I exposed to is increasing very exponentially, almost. And currently, I managing to have less information in my life. So I'm I'm right now like mindful about what to not read or what to not watch, what to not listen to, more than what to watch, what to listen, what to read. So I have to do that like very consciously. And I'm sure the younger generation are exposed to information from the beginning. And I think you guys are much more advanced in that sense, being mindful about what to watch, what to not watch,
Mm.
things like that. I think, I guess.
Yeah, but it's very hard to like self-discipline.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are really attracted to
yeah,
the kind of
yeah.
many information. So
Mm, mm,
yeah, but I
totally.
do believe that the on the other hand, the power of the AI as well.
Mm,
So AI is really kind of empowering our kind of lives at the same time.
mm,
So there would be possibility about basic income
mm,
by the
mm,
development of the AI, and which leads to the kind of human beings that do not work anymore.
mm, mm.
So but for now, AI is not on that level, right?
Not yet.
It's not AGI yet.
No. Mm,
So but I do believe that if they really want to pursue the development of I really want researchers to just commit to that level.
mm. I think there's a current discussion about so the AI is developing quickly, but the consumption of electricity is developing far faster and bigger.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's very inefficient to continue to grow AI in this way of like scaling data. But yeah, I think there are many monies poured into this sector right now. So I think somebody will come up with like totally different idea of how AI should be managed or run, and then maybe AGI would come maybe in 2 to 3 years from now. That's just my rough estimate. But I wanted to ask one more thing is that so from your generation standpoint, who would be your like sort of like a role model or a very like big name of like business person or like social sector person?
Wow. Just in general, probably like Steve Jobs and
Okay.
like Jeff Bezos
Mm,
or probably Elon Musk is still
Elon Musk.
iconic
I see.
in our generation. So it's
Mm, mm.
probably not a difference.
Yes.
When it comes to social sector, it's a little hard. I don't come up with any honestly.
Mm,
I'm not like kind of when it comes to kind of in the worldwide,
mm,
I'm not knowledgeable about it honestly.
mm.
But in my field, maybe Ronald Cohen, he is called the father of impact investment.
Mm.
So that's why he could be the kind of not like a role model, but a person that I respect.
What's the name again? Sorry.
Um,
Ronald Cohen?
Ronaldo Cohen, yeah.
Cohen. I see. Mm,
Or yeah, there are many people that I really respect. But yeah, for now, probably him.
mm. I'll look up. Thank you. Is he still alive, or is he like
I
historic
think
person?
he's still
Oh, he's
alive.
still alive. Okay. Hmm. I see. I see. Interesting. Thank you. Oh, and one more small question. Uh, so your name sounds very uh, Buddhism name.
Uh-huh.
Is that like your origin related like to any like Buddhism idea or?
Interestingly, I'm not.
Oh, you're not. Okay,
Yeah, and my family is not as well.
I see.
So, sounds like a little, religious
Mm,
background,
mm, yeah,
but my family doesn't have real belief about like religion at all.
I see.
And so my name comes from the like on.
Mm,
It means the kind of appreciation.
yeah.
So, my parents wanted me
Mm,
to become more like like showing like gratification and appreciation to others. So that's
mm,
why
mm,
the name of On was just got.
mm,
And the Shu is the kind of comes from the no famous novel like the Soseki Natsume,
yes,
and
yes.
the s-
Okay.
yeah, the kanji of my Shu is the his soul, like
Yes.
Soseki's soul.
So see. So yeah.
Yeah, so the reason behind it is that my father, and my grandfather really liked Soseki Natsume, so
Mm,
that's why he wanted to name after it. Just that's it.
yeah.
So yeah, but like my father really has kind of philosophical like thinking and
Mm,
perspective.
mm,
And when I until my kind of high school, no, junior high school students. So I was kind of taken back, like, with him.
mm,
And then he was always like, oh, so I had, this kind of thing in his workplace.
mm,
And then, he was like, yeah, so what do you think about it? What would you think if you were in that situation?
mm, mm,
If I kind of share about what I had experienced, let's say during the high school life, and I shared with, and then he was like, "Oh, if the better person than you would do actually different,
mm,
so
mm,
you should have done in
mm,
this way or that way."
mm,
And then, or we watched some kind of like TV, like a news on the NHK, and he shared, oh, this kind of like political affair is happening,
mm,
and what would you think? That's what we have shared. So he really brought me the opportunity, some sort of like an ask and answer style,
wow.
like opportunities, and also he really taught me many things that are really important as a human beings, I think.
Mm, wow, great. Actually, that's so like the father I want to be with to my son. Yeah, which is still 6 year old. I want
Because
to have that kind of like discussion along the way. As he gets old. So yeah, I see.
you go to Shizenkan, like, you have already been like, like that kind of father, I think.
I'm trying my best. Yeah, I'm trying my best.
But you should not like kind of talk to your son or like a daughter, like the cunt is like this, or
Okay. Yeah,
it's really, because it's
it is. It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and my kids don't listen to me basically, so I have to wait until they get interested in those philosophy or social science and things like that. Yeah, great. I just want to navigate their life in a better way. So I think what your father did to you, or doing to you right now, is a great way of like interacting. In terms of like parents and child relationship.
thanks so
Nice.
much. I'm a little curious about what makes you start this podcast, because which is really
Okay.
curious
Mm,
and really, expected by
mm.
many others, and it's really helpful for others to understand each other.
Thank you.
So what makes you start this project?
Uh, Thank you for asking. Hmm. I think I just wanted to learn more from my classmates, and in this kind of like format, I get to ask question that I cannot ask it at the classroom. Like deeper discussion. So I will have like perfect excuse to do that in this setting. And I learned that from I think the podcast I listen to, like Joe Rogan or like other like Japanese podcasters as well. So I think I like that. And one more thing I like about podcast is you can listen to this while you're doing other things, like
Mm.
let's say like driving or like washing dishes, or while at your work, not using much of like brain, like those like simple tasks. Yeah, and it's not tiring to listen to other people's like, conversations. So yeah, on contrary to like watching YouTube, like informative video, that's tiring. But listen to podcast is something I've been very comfortable to consume recently. So I think I just wanted to do that by myself.
I see.
And thought, yeah, listening to Shizenkan classmates is a very interesting content,
Mm.
which I want to listen to myself.
Yeah.
So why not do it myself? Is I think the idea.
Right. Yeah, like, what you want to do, like sometimes it's really what others also want to do.
Hmm.
So that's why I really love this kind of mutual like relationship. So, and I have already like watched some podcasts and which was really interesting and fun as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I really appreciate that this kind of opportunity, and I hope this kind of podcast like could be official by Derek or Shizenkan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. One thing about this podcast is being very informal, a very relaxed place to chat. Is I think
Right.
one thing I want to keep with. I enjoy it very much, learning about my classmates in different perspective, discovering many things. So I think I'll continue this until I get to talk with everybody in the classroom.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you have any recommendation of classmates who are not on the podcast yet, but you would like to listen to?
It is it kind of included in terms of the like a Japanese class too?
Yes, you can include a Japanese class or alumni or maybe faculties or staffs, everyone.
Okay, let's go to the Kure-san.
Kure-san. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Kurebayashi-san
Yeah.
in Japanese class. Yeah, 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 okay. Actually, I asked him several times, but I think this time with your recommendation, I think I can bring him to this podcast.
Oh,
Thank you
well,
for mentioning. Mm.
you have already asked him.
Yeah, because he is currently an employee of Recruit,
Yeah.
and his department he's working is the department I used to work. So I had that kind of connection with him,
Okay.
and I had several casual talk with him, and he's very interesting. He has very interesting background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll bring him. I'll bring him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Like he's a really good guy, and like yeah, I would respect him too.
I see, and he can speak English, pretty
Yeah,
fluently. Yeah. So
yeah, he does.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you for mentioning his name. Yes. Okay. Right. So let me close this session. For listeners, thank you for listening. Please send me a feedback through Spotify, YouTube, or at the classroom. And please hit that follow, like, subscribe button to become a member of this talk room. And thank you so much for listening. And also, thank you for joining this session and sharing your time and sharing your story. It was very interesting. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much too.
Okay. And see you later at the classroom.
Yep. See
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Okay.